Well, it's gonna make the bed, but then I realized I pressed live, so I really don't care. People can see my bed's not made. So I'm on the floor again. We are going to do more editing. This should be fun. I am nearly done. Nearly. I say nearly. I'm almost done. I should be done very shortly. I have done. I'll pull this out. I went up and read up until Nina on my checklist. So I have Pinkie Pie, Rouge, Judge Angels, Candlejack, Clockwork, Lily, Mr. Widemouth, and Jeff the Killer. So instead of making themes for them, because I didn't want to do themes anymore, I downloaded pictures off 10,000 Wallpapers. It's an app for wallpapers, obviously. But I'm going to use those pictures. So that's what we're doing. So we're going to read the stories. And I'm going to show you how I've been editing this. I don't have any fancy editing skills or skills enough to show you this while I'm doing it. But it'll make sense while we're doing it. So I have to read the Pinkie Pie creepypasta. I haven't heard of this. I've heard of it. I haven't read it. That's my fight on this. I know about it. I just haven't read it yet. How are you guys doing? Good? That's good. Okay. Will you flip or no? No flip? Yeah, I want to continue editing that, obviously. So, yeah. So we've done Laughing Jill. I did that one on camera, I think. But I did the rest of them off camera. I did it pretty well, pretty easy. I sat in my bed, didn't worry about anything. Really just sat in my bed and worked on it until almost midnight. 11:30, my dad got home for his 11 o'clock break. He's like, you need to go to sleep. I was like, after I'm done reading this story, I'll go to bed. He's like, okay, fine. Because he comes home at 12:13 and leaves the house around 11:30 so he can go back to work. So yeah, I was up until midnight reading stories. Nina's was a long story. It took me 9 minutes to read. That's not long, but in the sense I had to edit every individual piece, it did take a little bit, but that's okay. You guys are going to love this video when it comes out. As soon as I'm done with it's 27 minutes so far, and we're not done. We have 8 more? 9, because I got to find a 15th. But I read Jane the Killers. That one, it got sad. But Nina, let me tell you what, that's messed up. So you guys are going to have to wait till this video comes out. Nina's was the one that took the longest to read. For being honest, if you want my opinion, I think Nathan Vanel's was the saddest one I've read so far. And that's because he dies. Most of them die. But it's the fact he's killed by someone else, and it's sad. So, I'm 100% sure I'm remembering it right. Stop showing me notifications. Pinkie Pie. Now I gotta look this one up. I didn't know about this one, but May's like, it's a thing. You gotta read it. I was all like, oh, okay. May, to me, is like the queen of creepypastas. She reads them all the time. So what I do is I look up whatever it is, and then creepypasta, like May tells me to, and I get them off of Wiki Fandom. So they're more summarized stories as opposed to the actual origins. But still, the point gets crossed either way. They keep all the important stuff in there. So, I mean, all of it's important if you're talking about what? There's an entire fandom for My Little Pony. That I did know. That's not what I expected to find, though. Okay. So, yeah. Pinkie Pie. I had to open it. Creepypasta. Oh, I've read this one. You guys are gonna love this. I tried to say that with the most sarcasm I can muster. There is chocolate all over my floor. I'll clean that later. Okay, so what I do from this point, you see this game. I go down here, press voice record or voiceover, and I turn it this way so I can use it, as opposed to leaving it sideways in landscape. I keep it in like portrait mode, but it doesn't rotate. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Copyright music can't happen.
Can I use it, George?
Can you at least try to find my cord? Because this is basically dead, still charging. Dude!
Why?
The copyright music!
Copyright.
It is. It doesn't matter. Okay, so after Pinkie Pie is Rouge, and then Judge Angels. And then I don't have any more schemes. So I downloaded pictures of Candlejack, Clockwork, Lily, Mr. Widemouth, and Jeff. And no, it's not that cute. Go to sleep! Because I thought about that, and May told me no. So it's actually a picture of half Jeff, the killer, and half what he would look like as a human. So half and half. Personally, I like that, and I think it's super cute. I actually want to use that as my wallpaper, but I haven't yet. So, yeah. This is going to be an interesting story. Let me give you a little background. She takes ponies, rips their organs out, turns them into cupcakes and dolls. You're going to love it. And just so you know, if it looks like I'm staring at the camera, I'm not actually. I am staring at an open tab in the laptop so that I can read this and live stream at the same time because I don't have a bunch of devices to do all this on. So, yeah, there you go. So all I do is I press voiceover and then I start reading it. And I go straight down to the history section of the stories. And then figure out I have to open the tab a little larger so that I can actually read this. And we'll do it. And this gives you 3 seconds. I'm going to take a drink before you start reading. So, gore, no, that happens too, and then I stop and I restart it. Incidents happen. Cupcakes is a dark gore parody of Pinkie Pie X Rainbow Dash, shipping fanfics. The story is centered around Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash, who decide to meet at Pinkie Pie's house to bake cupcakes, in reference to the cupcake song in the episode. Upon arriving at Pinkie Pie's, she realizes she will be part of the recipe. When Pinkie Pie puts her to sleep, later wakes in the basement to find stacks of planks with a lever. Okay, that tab's not open big enough. I don't know what half of that is. Find herself tied to a stack of planks with a leather strap. I thought she had it set up like a swing, so I was confused. That is me. That is on me. That is fine. That is fine. Let's actually do this. Again. 3rd time. This should work this time.
Is it yours?
You can give them to Nessa. I don't want them. I made them mostly for the babies. They wanted pancakes. Door. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to try this one more time. Here's a fun fact. When I was reading Nick Vandel's story, I messed up so many times. It took 10 tries just to say the first sentence. because I kept getting confused and then I kept stuttering over my words. But I ended up getting it done after an hour. I did end up getting very frustrated and taking like a half an hour break and watch some TikToks. Well, it's a YouTube compilation of TikToks, but TikToks nonetheless. So, I should just mention everything that's in the history. I don't even care. It's fine. Putting that hairpiece up there because it's actually hurting my wrist. All right, let's do it again. Cupcakes is a dark gore parody of Pinkie Pie x Rainbow Dash shipping fanfictions. The story is centered around Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash, who decide to meet at Pinkie Pie's house, Sugar Cube Corner, to bake some cupcakes in reference to Pinkie's cupcake song in an episode. Upon arriving at Pinkie Pie's house, however, she realizes she will be part of the recipe. When Pinkie puts her to sleep, she later wakes up in the basement tied to a stack of planks with a leather strap. The room shows numerous corpses and flesh from other ponies, and Pinkie Pie wears a dress made out of the skins of Pegasus, wings, and cutie marks. Pinkie goes on to tell Rainbow Dash that she needs her special ingredient for her cupcakes. Informing her, number came up and proceeds to cut her cutie mark and her wings off, followed by her followed by her internal organs. That's the word I'm looking for. Doesn't. Yeah, she informs her that her number pops up. I'm gonna drink water instead because bubbly drinks are not helping. We'll try this again. Cupcakes is a dark gore parody of Pinkie Pie x Rainbow Dash shipping fanfictions. The story is centered around Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash, who decide to meet at Pinkie Pie's house, Sugar Cube Corner, to bake some cupcakes, in reference to Pinkie's cupcake song in the episode. Upon arriving at Pinkie's, however, Rainbow Dash realizes she will be part of the recipe. When Pinkie puts her to sleep, and she later wakes up in a basement tied to a stack of planks and a leather strap. With a leather strap. Not and a leather strap. I mean, that could have worked. Could have kept it going, but that's wrong. Heck you story. We're going to try this again. Likes, great. Actually, I'll explain that in a minute. So, Cupcakes is a dark gore parody of Pinkie Pie x Rainbow Dash shipping fanfics. The story is centered around Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash, who decide to go to Pinkie's house to bake some cupcakes. Upon arriving at Pinkie's, however, Rainbow Dash realizes she will be part of the recipe. When Pinkie Pie puts her to sleep, and Rainbow Dash later wakes up in a basement tied to a stack of planks with a leather strap. The room shows numerous corpses and flesh from other ponies, and Pinkie Pie wears a dress made out of the skins of Pegasus.
I got my ankle. My ankle hurts. My hand.
This is not an ankle. This is a wrist.
It's a hand.
Bye-bye.
Look,
Bye-bye. You can take her with you.
Here, no jumping.
Door. Can you close my door? Hey, May! I've read this story! It's fine. Just get ready for bed. She doesn't want to. It's 7:10. What? He just did a weird thing. Don't ask. Oh, and where I sounded like I was sarcastic about the likes, my thing has been blowing up with what is it? Notifications about Star Maker, which is what I've been using. I've actually gained quite a few followers, and so I get comments and likes a lot. So I'm always filled with notifications. So it's like the 7th time that's happened in the course of 10 minutes. So we're going to try this one more time. One more time, and if it doesn't work this time, I'm going to skip it and put it towards the end because I don't want to deal with it. The story, I'm really getting tired of reading the same part. Honestly, it's all it is. So, Cupcakes is a dark, gory parody of all the Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash ships. The story is centered around Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash, who decide to make cupcakes over at Pinkie's house. Upon arriving at Pinkie's house, however, Rainbow Dash realizes she will be part of the recipe when she is put to sleep and wakes up in Pinkie Pie's basement, tied to a stack of planks with a leather strap. The room shows numerous corpses and flesh from other ponies, and Pinkie Pie wears a dress made of skin from other Pegasus and cutie marks and their wings. Pinkie goes on to tell Rainbow Dash that she needs more of her special ingredient for her cupcakes, her cutie mark and wings, that is. So she follows and proceeds to cut them off, followed by the internal organs and her skull, at one point even causing Rainbow Dash to pee herself. Extremely painful for Rainbow Dash, but a normal day for Pinkie Pie. She constantly makes jokes as she dismembers her, like how she should be glad she was finally to have a friend helping her out, yet disappointed about her reaction and lack of toughness with dealing with this situation. Soon, she cuts off Rainbow Dash's head, cuts her in half, and glosses her teeth with Rainbow Dash's guts. Rainbow Dash soon dies. Pinkie Pie had no time to wait to make cupcakes. After all, she was having an old friend for dinner. That just reminded me of Hannibal. Is that what it's called? Hannibal Lecter? This is the guy. Oh my. That's gross. But, add that in there. And it's like, what, a minute 30? A minute 23? 34 will go, okay.
Did you want your mute, but one doesn't?
Why do I have to mute? But I will. I'll be right back, guys. You can only watch your videos if you
Yeah.
let them. Door!
Did you unmute them?
Yeah. Someone with an inappropriate name tried to follow her on TikTok. Okay, so I'm going to read her appearance, her personality, her powers and abilities like I have for the rest of them. Yeah. This I can do. Pinkamina? I'm just calling her Pinkie. It doesn't matter. So, yeah. Pinkie appears as a light pink earth pony with a dark, hot pink mane and a tail. Her eyes are a light blue, and her cutie mark appears to be 3 balloons. Pinkie also wears a dress made entirely of dead ponies, cutie mark stitched together. Pinkie Pie is an incredibly callous, sadistic, cruel, deceptive, and homicidal. I'm going to read that part again. I messed up, so I turned it off. Pinkie Pie appears as a light pink earth pony with a dark, hot pink mane and tail. Her eyes are light blue, and her cutie mark appears to be 3 balloons. Pinkie is also seen as wearing a dress made entirely of dead ponies' cutie marks stitched together. Pinkie is an incredibly callous, sadistic, cruel, deceptive, and homicidal person. She is intelligent enough to know various torture methods. What the hell? It's not an F. It's a T. Method. I'm getting annoyed with myself. It's fine. It's fine. One more time. You don't. Pinkie Pie appears as a light pink earth pony with a dark, hot pink mane and tail. Her eyes are a light blue, and her cutie mark appears to be 3 balloons. Pinkie is also seen wearing a dress made entirely out of dead pony cutie marks stitched together. She's incredibly callous, sadistic, cruel, and deceptive, also homicidal. She's intelligent enough to know various torture methods and putting on a convincing facade each day, which, keeping her twisted secrets hidden within this, confines her workplace. And another huge aspect of Pinkie's personality is an extreme sadism. She gets glee and incredible satisfaction and happiness when mentally breaking and torturing her victims. She relishes their screams and their pains and begs to get out alive. Obviously, she won't let them, as she knows her secret will be discovered. She doesn't appear to be a magical entity, although she's incredibly smart with anatomy and deceiving her victims, as she appears to be carefully removing the organs from her victims and silencing them using her special cupcakes, and also putting her friendly facade on in order to manipulate and trick her victims into falling directly into her trap. Boom! It's done. I don't know if they have any facts about her like they did everyone else. Nope. Everyone's all like, oh, it's Pinkie Pie. I get it. I love Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie is my favorite character. Actually, no, Fluttershy is. Fluttershy is my favorite, but I love Pinkie Pie. Minute 25. I'll go a minute 26 onto the minute 30 we have. So 3. It's overestimating, but yeah, it's off by 30 seconds. So okay, they're talking about something weird. 3 minutes exactly is close enough. Rouge. I don't know this one. I gotta make sure that the picture's rotated. Crop. Rotate. Good. Rouge. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do these last 2. That'll be 8. Top 8 creepypastas, and then I'll save the other 6 for another time. So, yeah. Got a couple more to do. And then we'll call it good for this edit. Because then I just have to export the video into a file and then throw it up on YouTube. And if I get this done within this live stream, the video should be up tomorrow. Because I'm going to schedule it for tomorrow, later tonight. Rouge. Let's do this. I'm actually really tired. Don't know why, but I am. Rouge. Oh, great. Alright, so good. She's a proxy. I have no idea. This one gets really sad. It's all about death. You don't like death. Creepypastas aren't for you. I don't like death either. But I don't get very, very, very sad about it. I know some people do. But I don't. So I'm not crazy. So don't worry about that. Ow. I'm sitting on my butt. Alright. Red Pinkie Pie. Cross that off. Rouge and Judge Angels, and then we're done. I'm going to try to read this all in one go. Her origin is quite short. Her appearance is quite short, and her personality is quite short. Her abilities are just a little longer, but it's okay. So we're going to do this in one go. Try to, but I'm just hoping it is one go. And then I can do another video kind of thing. Let's read Rouge. Let's do this. 3. Rouge, also known as Heather, was slowly losing her humanity after a miscarriage, which was then followed by the death of her fiance, who was in a car accident. As years went by, she ran away from home after they threatened to take her to a mental asylum due to the fact she was harming herself for fun. So they thought, though she just lost interest in everyone and became antisocial after this tragedy, she became distraught and lived in the woods as Slenderman's loyal proxy alongside with the other proxies. Rouge's appearance is pale ivory skin, long dark brown hair, and dark brown eyes. She's typically seen wearing a dull dark red and tethered hoodie, a dirty beige cargo pants, and a pair of clawed gloves. Not going to read that entire section again. Oh, I don't want to read that again. You can't sound enthusiastic about this. It's sad. It's messed up. My. These are topics that are super sad. And they put all of them together. Okay. I'm going to do a singing video after this. I'm going to be honest. Rouge, also known as Heather Marshall, she was slowly losing her humanity after a miscarriage, which was then followed by the death of her fiancé, who died in a car crash. As years went by, she ran away from home after they threatened to take her to a mental asylum due to the fact she was harming herself for fun, or so they thought, though she just lost interest in everybody and became antisocial after the tragedy. She currently lives deep in the woods as Slenderman's loyal proxy alongside the others. Her appearance is she's pale, has ivory skin, long dark brown hair, and dark brown eyes. She is typically wearing a dull dark red tethered hoodie, dirty beige cargo pants, a pair of clawed gloves, suspenders, dark gray bandana embroidered with the operator symbol that hangs around her neck, combat boots, and a white scratched up mask with a crooked, sinister grin. Rouge is also seen as the typical motherly / older sister type. She's often acting caring towards other proxies, and her views on them are they're her own. She's completely obedient towards Slenderman and tries to do anything he wants to make him love her. But in doing what she does because of her sadistic nature, while pride and joy in doing these things, she's still very aggressive. She won't attack strangers unless provoked. She's still very aggressive, though. She is rarely, if ever, seen to be remorseful and guilty after killing someone. There are even times where she's quite clever and witty and toying around with her victims right before she kills them. Rouge is very agile and fast. She is able to display many kinds of different aerial maneuvers while jumping and hanging from trees, as if she were skilled in parkour. Her methods of killing is quite odd, certainly different from the others normally would. She does it as she strikes from above, using her clawed gloves to climb trees, stalk her victims, and then finally jump down and pin them to the ground, clawing at their face. 2 minutes, 26 seconds. And 26 milliseconds. There we go. See, hers isn't that long, but it's still sad nonetheless. This isn't her full story, and I know it. one. 26 and a half. Oh no, wait, it's 2 26 and a half. No, duration. It said duration. 2 26 and a half. No, we gotta go 27. I went 28. Judge angels. Then we're done. I'm gonna cross judge angels off, even though I'm reading them right now. So, oh, is this long? I don't know if it's just one. Okay, this one, I just read the first part. This one is sad too. Okay. Let's do this. This should be fun. It's gonna take a little bit. Ever since Dina was born, her father hated her and despised her. This was because she looked nothing like her parents, as she had black eyes. When she was born, her father decided to isolate her from the outside world, so nobody knew Dina was his child or was even alive. When she was 15, Dina wanted to go outside like the others would. She always dreamed it, but was trapped in her house, so she knew her dream could never be fulfilled in this position. Dina would visit a room where her father kept a long sword that had been rumored to belong to an angel who dropped the sword during a war. And the sword landed on Earth only to be passed down for a generation, and the sword ended up with Dina's father. Dina adored the sword so much, wanting it to be hers and always thinking about it and thinking it belonged to her, and the sword would choose her. So Dina proposed to her mother an offer to run away since both of them were miserable in the house. So the mother and Dina decided on Christmas Eve that she would secretly run away. Dina snuck out before she escaped and got the pendant that she was going to give her mother as a gift when they escaped. Dr. Clark, however, found out that people reported seeing Dina in the store and entering the house. So people then started to become curious, which angered Mr. Clark, and he wanted the existence of Dina to be a secret. Mr. Clark ran into the room screaming for Dina to run. When Mr. Clark ran in and threatened to kill Dina because of her sneaking out, and his yard beginning to become crowded with news reporters. Dina had her head slammed against a table. She was knocked unconscious, but she woke up in a dungeon that her father had built. Her father and Dina's cruel bodyguard began to make fun of Dina and mock her by calling her a monster. Dina, however, shot back and mocked Misha, calling her a very mean word for seducing her father, and he began to beat up Dina and stomp on her. Dina burst into giggles and laughter, even though she was being stomped on. And Dina then knocked Misha off of her with such intense strength. Dina began to strangle her to death, calling her guilty when Misha took her last breath before dying. Dina goes back to the special room where the sword is. She takes the sword out of the case, planning to escape. She found her mother. Dina went to her father's office and found her mother, though. However, her mother was dead from being stabbed, and her mother was covered in bruises and wounds. Dina burst into tears, hugged her mother's corpse, and went and saw into the reflection of her sword. She saw the reflection of a person heading for her. So Dina turned around and slashed the person, who turned out to be her father. Dina chopped his head off, chopped his legs off, and he had immense screams of agony and began to pull himself up. Dina laughed hysterically, crazily whispering and rambling on about being an angel and a judge for all humans. She repeatedly stabbed her father in the stomach, soon before chopping his head off, saying, "I announce you guilty." Dina changed into a new outfit and puts her mother's corpse in a suitcase, promising to find her a beautiful place to bury her. Dina leaves the mansion and puts it on fire, smiling before heading into the woods, further on murdering the lives of humans who she deemed guilty. I messed up a couple times, but I'm leaving that in there. That one got really dark. It makes you feel really bad for her. Doesn't matter what your child looks like. You don't put them to a life of isolation. Do I condone her killing him? No, obviously not. But that's sad. And they also killed her mother. You don't do that. Oh my word, I've never been so sad after a story. Other than the puppeteer. That one was horrifying. I have to read her appearance and her personality, and this one has some facts. So, yeah. So this one was 3.5 minutes. I'm going to go 6. Because I still got to read her facts and everything. You know what I mean? And it makes sense to have it long. Okay. One more time. We're going to do this one more time. So I don't take back what I said about Nick Van Rolls being really sad, but I think they're both equally just as sad. And Jane's story is super sad too. She loses her family because of Jeff the Killer, which is why she wants him dead. Nick gets poisoned, started being less friendly and more aggressive, but thanks to meeting Bloody Painter, she started having feelings of love and kindness, yet she still struggled with the fact of her bipolar disorder and other things such as schizophrenia. In her story, she's only 15 years old. She starts dating the Bloody Painter later on in the story. She suffers from bipolar as well as schizophrenia. She was born with black eyes, and she has actually twice as much better of a sight than humans. And the full story was written by a creator on DeviantArt. Yeah. We're going to add that in there. I'm going to take a minute off.
Dad, you're doing that with that.
Not enough for you to steal it.
What's that?
Not even that much.
But what?
You're going to have to wait. I'm doing something. Okay, so that's the creepypasta list. Now, go a few seconds. Nope, 40 is too short, but 45 is too much. 42.5. Nope. 43. Just enough. So, it's going to take 2 gigabytes of storage. And we are done! My legs are numb. I'm not even kidding. Okay, so. Yeah, you're going to have to give me 10 minutes because that has to upload and I can't change the place in which it is, so I can't have the screen lock and I can't change apps. I'll see you in a few minutes. Bye.